Hello again, Year 5, it's Mr. Hattersley. This is your next lesson for this week. It's about, we're following on from our lesson on the moon, and we're going to look at phases of the moon. So, you'll notice on the picture on your starter that the moon, it's the same moon, and it appears to be in different shape. I want you to think about, is the moon changing its shape completely? Is it shrinking and growing, or is it being affected by something else? What do you notice? If you want to pause the video here, have a chat, try and work it out, and then we'll carry on. Right, so here are some shapes of the moon. So you can see a full moon here, where it's completely visible in the night sky. A new moon, where it's like a shadow in the night sky and you can't really see it. I'm hoping you'll be able to see that on your screens. You can just see the outline of the craters of the moon there. Crescent moon, where you can see that much. And a gibbous moon, where some of it's missing and it appears a little bit smaller. So they're all examples of the shapes our moon appears in. What do you notice about them? How are the shapes being formed? Pause the video here and see if you can have a go at answering those questions, and then feel free to play it again. Right, so you'll notice that there's some shadows appearing here, isn't there? That is how the moon takes on a different shape and how it appears. Sometimes, like the new moon shows there, it appears completely vanished. That's when something else, mainly the Earth, is causing it to appear like a shadow. So it's some of the light from the sun hitting it is being blocked, which is again how shadows are created, which we discussed a few lessons ago, didn't we? So here is the full way the moon, as it moves round, you can show how it goes. So it moves round in an anti-clockwise way, and different parts of it are hit by the sun. So the moon reflects the sun's light. What part of the moon we see depends on where the moon is when orbiting Earth. So obviously, like the Earth moves around the sun, the moon moves around Earth, and we can see from this picture that when the sun, when half of the Earth is dark, the moon's visible, but on the other side we can see that we can't see the moon and it's dark. But if the Earth is at a particular point in its orbit and the moon is in a particular part of it, then some of the moon will be blocked off by shadows caused by the Earth blocking the sun. So this shows us that the moon changes shape, or how the moon appears to change shape. The sunlight hitting it at a different point during the Earth's orbit can change the shape the moon appears in. So this little video here shows you how it changes, and you can see the different parts. So the moon waxes and wanes. So waning means that we can see less of the moon. So we can see how it starts as a full, it moves to less still, and then more or less gone. And then waxing means that we can start to see more of the moon. So when the moon is waning, we're starting to see less and less of it over the few days when it is waning. And then when that's finished and it gets to the new moon, which is this one, it starts waxing, which means we can start seeing more of the moon. So here's a diagram to show all the different types of the moon. So I'll just reveal them all now. So it starts at a new moon. It moves round to a waxing crescent as more of the moon's being able to see. Then a waxing half moon. So again, now half of the moon's appeared. A waxing gibbous, which is where most of the moon appears. And then we get the full moon. And after that, the moon starts to be covered up by the shadow again, and it starts waning, doesn't it? So waning gibbous, and then it moves on to, when this wants to work, it starts to move, and it moves round from the full moon. It starts to get covered to the waning gibbous, the waning half moon, waning crescent, and then it goes full circle to a new moon. And then the whole cycle starts again in that anti-clockwise motion. So we can see on this, the sun's there, that's the moon moving around the Earth, and it shows what we see at the time. You can track how it moves there. You can see it waning away and then starting to wax again as it becomes more apparent. So on your proud folder you should have something like that, except it will have the names of the different types of moon hidden. So if you want to pause the video and try and work it out, go around, explain which one goes where, and you should have an explanation that explains why it waxes and wanes. You should also have a help sheet with it printed out and sent home that you should be able to go through and answer the questions based on it and explain how it is. If you do need any help, please get in touch with us using the Year 5 email, and hopefully we will answer some questions. So look after yourself and goodbye.